Hey everybody, how's it going? Like Butter here, bringing you some Gears of War Judgment gameplay today, and this is some new stuff going down. Call to Arms came out for VIP users today on April 23rd, so this is the first look at the new map, Blood Drive. Of course, this is a remake from the map that was in Gears of War 3 and also in Gears of War 2. So it originated in Gears of War 2, and I'm just here to talk about the changes that they made to map, whether I like it, whether I think it's good, and whether I think it can be played maybe like at a competitive level. So first thing I want to talk about the changes. So they did open a couple parts of the map that, in my opinion, pretty much saved this map. Now, I wasn't a huge fan of the old Blood Drives because for those of you who played Gears of War 2 and Gears of War 3, you know that it's a huge camp fest when it comes down to it, because when people want to win, they can get long-range weapons and sit up, and it's really hard to push them if you have a full team pretty much camping on one side of the map. Of course, there's always ways around that, but if you don't have a organized team, it's hard to defend against it. So if you're playing like solo and ranked, it can be super annoying when you're running into a team, a stack team, pretty much just camping up on the staircases. So what they've changed is the first things first. This is a gameplay of TDM. You no longer spawn up on the top of the second staircase in the room. You spawn over in the Blood Drive, or what most people call the hospital, which is over on the left of where I am right now. My first opinions on that was that it's really good because it makes it so that it kind of opens the map more, and it's not kind of putting you directly into a spot where you can camp like it used to be. So like people running back into spawn and stuff, that's not going to work anymore because they did open up the map so that there's a way to get up to the old spawn points, I'll call them for now. And it's like an alley. If you go down on the right and you take a right here, as you can see, it's opened up right there in front of me. There's actually a staircase that goes up to the spawn point, and then a hallway back there that goes across, and I'm pretty sure even some power weapons spawn back there, and it goes to the other spawn. So that's good. There's going to be no more hardcore camping. Of course, if there's two people in that room, I guess one could watch the front door and one could watch the back door. But as far as the hardcore camping, how they used to do, one on top and one in the window, and you could pretty much hold off a team of 4, it's not like that anymore. That's one thing that really saved this map. Now, my first opinions when I saw what the weapon swaps were, I was kind of blown. My mind was blown because there's a boom shot that spawns in the middle. There's also as you can see, I picked it up right there. There's also a torque bow and a breach shot that spawns in the pockets. Now, we used to call the pocket or host spot, that's where, like back in 2009, where the host would sit with a hammer burst and pretty much just hammer burst from that pocket, which is right on the right outside this door. So weapons spawn there. It's never been like that in any of the other Blood Drives. And there's just so many weapons. There's like ensigns, there's digger, there's flamethrower, there's breach shot, there's torque bow. There's boom shot. There's so many power weapons on this map that it's crazy. Like, I honestly thought that it was just going to be so hectic and so bad that the map was just going to be garbage. But after playing it, it's actually not that bad because of the way that they opened up the map. Now, if they had all those weapon spawns, as you can see right there in front of you, that's where I think that's where the digger spawns, and then on the other side, it's like something else. I don't know exactly what the spawns were, but when you guys look at the map before the game actually loads, you guys are gonna be like, holy shit, like almost every weapon in the game spawns on this map. And I thought that was going to be bad because I thought it was going to turn into like a giant, kind of like a giant camp fest with power weapons, because you guys know it's easier to camp with a power weapon than it is to camp with like a shotgun or something like that, because the people trying to push you actually have to be careful because you have that power weapon. But like I said, the way that the maps kind of opened up, even over by the hospital, they opened it up a little bit. It makes it so that the power weapons aren't that big of a deal. I didn't see too many people camping up on the staircases because it's so easy to get flanked now. There's no real extreme places that you can jump off. I mean, I didn't try. I'm not sure if you can jump off of host spot into the middle of the map. It would make sense if you could, but just considering, like, because of Judgment, you can pretty much jump over anything. But I didn't actually try that. So if anyone wants to let me know in the comment section whether you can actually jump off of the balcony, that would be kind of difficult, because that way if you're pushing up the stairs, you make a good push, and you have someone locked in, it's kind of stupid that they could just jump over that and run away. So I haven't tried that. But other than that, there's not too many spots that you can like jump off of. So you know, coming into this, I had expectations of, oh, I'm not going to like it. You know, I'm sick of Blood Drive. It was in the last 2 Gears of Wars. It's a camp fest. It's just all Lancer. And this Blood Drive has been everything but. So remember, this is the Call to Arms downloadable content. I do think it's kind of a joke, like the way that they're only releasing 2 maps. Basically, it's 2 maps and then a new game mode. The new game mode is going to be sweet. I'm going to be doing some videos on it coming up here. It's basically gun game from Call of Duty, where you start with a weapon, you get a kill, you move to the next weapon, you get another kill with that weapon, you move to the next weapon, and it's really cool because I've never seen that in a Gears of War game, even though it's pretty much just directly taken right from Call of Duty. It's still an awesome concept, and it'll still make for some interesting videos. So make sure to look out for that. They did put an overrun map in, but you know what Epic has to realize is that there's a large majority of us that have been playing Gears of War for years, and we're not going to want to change how Gears of War has been. We're going to want to stick to the Gears of War that we know. So for most of us, we're strictly playing Execution, TDM, Domination, whatever it may be. We're playing the original game types. So when you put out two maps for that, and then also a map for Overrun, it's difficult because I understand their perspective. They're trying to satisfy the Overrun players, and they're trying to satisfy us. Kind of how like Call of Duty is, where they try to satisfy the zombie players by releasing a map, and then they try to satisfy the people who are playing the hardcore multiplayer. So I can totally understand why they're doing it. I just wish we had more content, because what's going to happen now is we're going to play these new maps so much because we're so sick of the old ones that we're then going to get sick of these maps, and it's just kind of a cycle back and forth. But they did change the scenery of this map a lot. Like the train that goes overhead is really, really cool, and it gives you a different feel of just being on Blood Drive. Like this felt like Blood Drive, but seeing that they made so many changes to it, it almost felt like a new map. So my suggestion to you guys is, if you do like Judgment, and I'm one of those people that like Judgment, I understand there's not many people playing it. A lot of people say the game's dead. The numbers just aren't there, but I still actually enjoy playing the game. So I think it would be a good buy for you guys. I think you can buy it for 1,000 Microsoft points. I haven't had a chance to play Capital, and I also haven't had a chance to play the new game mode, but I'm going to be having a lot of Gears of War Judgment on the new DLC, so this is just a first look at Blood Drive. My conclusion is it's a really cool map to play. It's really fun for the casual players, but there's no possible way that this will ever fly over for competitive if you're looking at it from default weapon swaps. But other than that, I actually enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Take it easy, everybody.